Good morning, and well, good morning for me here, and welcome to the next episode of Into the Composer's Mind. This series of YouTube videos is designed to chronicle and show the process of composing a new work, a new chamber work for my family members. And once again, thank you to the Canada Council for your support of this particular project. So far I've been discussing quite a bit about the planning stage that's involved in the creation of a new composition, some of the general concepts and emotions that are involved for the selection of tonal centers, for the selection of a general form for the piece, some of the constraints that are there because of the instrumentation, because of the innovation required for the new approach to a virtual performance. So now we need to take, I need to go to the next level and actually produce this product. And the kind of sounds a little bit clinical, but for me, it's becomes a little more difficult as we actually have to write down the notes, in particular for the foreground part of the piece, which is where the different instruments are playing from a notated score. So, how to do that? Well, one of the processes that I've always been involved with is to create a lot of different ideas and try a variety of combinations. I know what the instrumentation is. I have the violin, I have the trombone, I have the tenor saxophone, I have the euphonium, I have the clarinet, and a few other miscellaneous bits and pieces. So these can be combined in different ways, in a solo section, duets, trios, quartets, tutti. These are all different possible combinations of timbres and sounds that can be used. So one of the ideas is just to create a lot of, not a lot, but quite a few short 5 to 10 second segments which show different timbres or different different elaborations of motifs and how they're going to sound. Now, of course, in the past, this would have been a little more difficult because you didn't actually have the instruments to try them out with, or you had to really just work in your mind, which is fine. You usually had a good idea of what it's going to sound like. But now with all the technology we have the digital audio workstations that are quite a valuable asset, or another tool that the composer can use, or that a lot of composers can use, and most of the younger composers use this all the time. And with the different types of DAWs, as they're called, DAWs, you can have lots of plugins where you can add the sounds of many different instruments, and it really creates a pretty realistic combination of sounds. And indeed, this is what a lot of the composers for movie scores and for video games, etc., use exclusively for the production of their sounds. So what I'm going to be doing is taking a lot of these ideas and actually inputting them into the DAW, from my keyboard or directly from a notation program such as Finale or Sibelius, and that will allow me to have kind of a template of different timbre combinations that I might like to use. And again, I know that 90-95% of these templates are going to go in the garbage, which is fine, as you try to find just that kind of sound that you want to allow you to create that product and sound that you want, using the ideas and emotions you have in your mind. And again, I said this is a little difficult for me because it actually gets down to less of the concept and into the nitty-gritty of it, and that takes a lot more time. And of course, it's really important to, if you're going to do this, to do it every single day, to be productive every day, to work on something get some things down and not say, well, I'll do it at a later time. So that's a bit of a work ethic that you need to get into. So I'm looking forward to the production of this foreground section, because that's really the last piece of the puzzle. We've looked at the background. We've looked at the audio that's going to be used with different poems, different recordings from my father, and this will allow us to actually complete the entire product, and then get on to the final realization, which will be the virtual composition of it. So at this stage in the creative process, we're looking at moving from planning into realization, to use a lot of the techniques and skills that have been developed over the years as a composer, to look at and to drill down in a little more detail to the actual notation and the score that will be presented to the musicians. I've kind of set a time frame for myself to complete this by the end of this week. So here goes. Again, thank you for listening, and please, you can subscribe to this YouTube channel, and you get more information about what will be upcoming as I complete this project, and as this project of Into the Composer's Mind goes into the future.